Instead of keeping terrorists and terrorist sympathizers out of America, the Biden administration is inviting them in. You know why? Because he's got a boss. Who's his boss? Barack Hussein Obama. Barack Hussein. Barack Hussein Obama. Remember the great Rush Limbaugh? Barack Hussein Obama. Here you go, Barack Hussein Obama. Hello, Lee. Unbelievably, the corrupt Biden Department of Justice recently invited an Iranian-backed judge from Iraq to visit our nation's capital. Isn't that nice? He couldn't have been too impressed with our capital. It looks like shit. No, have you seen what they've done to it?
Ask yourself this question. Are you okay with that behavior? Is that someone who should hold the highest office in the United States of America? The answer is resoundingly no. I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. That was from a speech that Donald Trump gave just the other day, where he also praised Hezbollah, attacked Israel, praised President Xi, and just here, play it.
You know, Hezbollah is very smart. They're all very smart. The press doesn't like when they say it, but Hezbollah, they're very smart. I'll never forget that Bibi Netanyahu let us down. That was a very terrible thing. I will say that. They've got to straighten it out because they're fighting potentially a very big force. They're fighting potentially Iran. And when they have people saying the wrong things, everything they say is being digested by these people because they're vicious and they're smart. And boy, are they vicious, because nobody's ever seen the kind of sight that we've seen. But they cannot play games. So we were disappointed by that, very disappointed. But we did the job ourselves, and it was absolute precision, magnificent, beautiful job. And then Bibi tried to take credit for it. That wasn't good. That didn't make me feel too good, but that's all right. So they got to strengthen themselves up. And they said, gee, I hope Hezbollah doesn't attack from the north, because that's the most vulnerable spot. I said, wait a minute. You know, Hezbollah is very smart. They're all very smart. The press doesn't like when they say it. You know, I said that President Xi of China, 1.4 billion people, he controls it with an iron fist. I said, he's a very smart man. They killed me the next day. I said he was smart. What am I going to say? But Hezbollah, they're very smart. And they have a national defense minister or somebody saying, I hope Hezbollah doesn't attack us from the north. So the following morning they attacked. They might not have been doing it, but if you listen to this jerk, you would attack from the north, because he said that's our weak spot. But Hezbollah, they're very smart.
You know who was very happy about those statements that he made? Hamas and pro-Hamas accounts using Donald Trump's words as propaganda. Horrific stuff. And then we can go back. Donald Trump talking about such things in an earlier speech about how he would rather be electrocuted than eaten by a shark. Play this clip.
But if I'm sitting down and that boat's going down and I'm on top of a battery and the water starts flooding in, I'm getting concerned. But then I look 10 yards to my left and there's a shark over there. So I have a choice of electrocution or shark. You know what I'm going to take? Electrocution. I will take electrocution every single time. Do we agree? Yeah, I will take electrocution.
I ask you again, are you okay with that behavior? Are you embarrassed by that? I'm embarrassed by that. I'm angry and embarrassed that the Republican Party would hoist upon us that. Well, here he is, while we're dealing with a significant international crisis of proportions that we haven't seen in many, many, many years, if not decades. And Donald Trump is talking about how he believes he has a better body than President Biden. Play the clip.
He's got a consultant somewhere. This is the worst consultant in politics that thinks he looks good in a bathing suit, right? No, he spends so much time at the beach. You know, how do you do that? And, you know, I have a much better body than him. But I'm not really sure that I want to expose it with the sun blaring down, the sand, the surf, the wind, you know. I mean, you know, it's not a pretty sight. And
What? What? I ask you again. Are you okay with that behavior? Is that acceptable behavior? Would you raise your kids? Would you tolerate a work environment? Is that behavior that you condone, or is that the rantings and ravings of a reckless madman? What about this? Yelling like a cosplay mafia, whatever routine, yelling at his microphone. Yelling at his microphone in the same speech where he talked about Barack Hussein Obama and said it like that, where he said Hezbollah is smart, attacked Israel. Watch him yell at his microphone. Play the clip.
And I'm glad it's such, because this is the worst microphone I think I've ever had. I hope you can hear me back there. Justin, don't pay the bill for this mic. I'm blowing out my voice talking to this stupid mic. This is the worst mic I've ever had. Okay, now we'll get back to the speech. I'm trying to get their attention. Turn up the mic. Is it okay? And then I don't pay a bill and they say, Trump doesn't pay his contractors.
I ask you again, are you okay with that behavior? Is that acceptable to you? It's not for me. Here's Donald Trump just yesterday calling into Fox, where they were trying to rehabilitate him after his horrific speech that I just showed you. Donald Trump believes that he's running against President Obama. Play it.
Brian, it's all coming through Iran, and Obama he doesn't want to talk about it. He doesn't even mention them in his statements. It's all coming through Iran.
Well, you mean President Biden. So
now I want you to compare that. Compare what I just showed you to President Biden. Play this clip.
So the enduring sense and spirit of the Jewish community. If you excuse a point of personal privilege, you should say in the Senate. That's why I took my kids, everyone when they turned 14 years old, one at a time, put them on a plane and took them to Dachau. I wanted them to see that you could not know what was going on walking through those gates. You could not fail to understand as a country what was going on. And that's a fact. It had a profound impact on my children and my grandchildren. Some thought taking a 14-year-old grandchild does not make mistake, but I took them one at a time. I got 3 more to go. And folks, it's important. You know.
Now I ask you, isn't that what leadership looks like? Isn't that the type of thoughtfulness, intention, purpose-driven leadership, intelligent, that we want here? Isn't that, do you want someone during a crisis to talk about not even saying the word electrocuted correctly and say they'd rather be electrocuted than eaten by sharks, and having ego and personal grievance supersede our national security? Come on. Here's the next clip of President Biden. Play it.
This attack was a campaign of pure cruelty, not just hate, but pure cruelty against the Jewish people. And I would argue it's the deadliest day for Jews since the Holocaust. The deadliest day since the Holocaust. One of the worst chapters in human history that reminded us all that expression I learned from my dad early on: silence is complicity. silence is complicity. It really is. And I want you to know, I think you've already figured it out. I refuse to be silent. And I know you refuse to be silent as well.
Folks, I can go through posts of Donald Trump with caps and the whining. Look at this trophy Deutsche Bank gave me with my loans. Look at the trophy they gave me. I paid. It's election interference. Whines that Forbes magazine is allied with the New York Attorney General to interfere with it. This stuff is not normal behavior. It's dangerous behavior, and we all must call it out. The best day to have gotten involved was yesterday, but the good news is there's today. So do your part. Register voters who will vote for our democracy. Share the MeidasTouch network with friends, family, coworkers, neighbors. Let people know about this network. You can also check us out at patreon.com/MeidasTouch. Thank you so much. Have a great day.
Hey Meidas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram @MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.